Here you go. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay. We're going to start talking to you about a quick subject that we find very interesting to talk about. And, okay, that's one. Okay, we're gonna talk about this quick subject. Everybody can see the screen? Okay, so everyone can see the screen. So you guys, we're here at this event. We take it very, very important. And I believe that it's going to be a good time we're going to spend together. How many of you have an older brother or you have an account? Any account? YouTube account? Facebook account? Y'all would have Facebook account? Okay, so this is what's going on. We're going to talk about it because I believe it's really important that we talk about this one because since you are getting into creating an account or your brother or your sister create an account for you, it's really important for you to know what's inside of that internet page, okay? It's really important. Why do you guys, somebody, you raise your hands. Can you tell me what do you do on your account when you go on your Facebook account?
I don't have a Facebook account.
Who has a Facebook account?
I don't Facebook.
You do have a Facebook account? You have a Facebook account? Okay, just a second. Anybody has an older brother or sister has a Facebook account? What do you think they do on a Facebook account?
Text.
Text?
Yeah.
And what else?
Look at pictures.
Okay, you have your hands up.
Oh, we look at baby pictures.
You post, look at pictures. Okay, so we believe that a lot of kids have Facebook account. For those of you that are growing up, you know that for some reason it is inevitable that you're going to open a Facebook account. But guys, you have to know what's in there because it is very important that you know that we have all kind of settings. We have Facebook, we have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have all of that. But basically, I'm going to talk to you about what you're going to have to, what you're going to get to meet when you get there. Okay, what you're going to get to meet when you get there. Because I know that we have, okay, because I know that you guys have, as you coming up, right, as you growing up, some of those things that are going to come in life, as I was talking to Pastor Samuel, he's saying that, it's very important for me to talk to you about that. Because when you talk about Facebook, YouTube account, and Twitter, Instagram, people are using as you've grown up. And you're going to have to, as you're growing up, you're going to have to deal with the situation. But there's not a problem to deal with the situation. The problem is when you don't know how to deal with it and you get into it anyway. Okay? So when you don't know how to deal with it, you get to it anyway. This is where the problem is. So this is when your parents are going to tell you, don't keep on using it, because if you keep on using social media and all of a sudden that you don't know what's in there and you're just tumbling into these things, so you're going to have big trouble with your parents. So one of the things that I want to talk to you about, we're going to see the pattern that exists within the social media, okay? When we're going to see the pattern, and when you get into it, what is the trajectory or what route you're going to take in there that may be beneficial or not, okay? We see the pattern of social media. We understand that first, we understand on Facebook, you hear about a man named Mark Zuckerberg and other people that actually come together and create that, right? They create it. But the first purpose why they create social media was for students. Was for students that are in school to stay connected together, to stay, whether you're doing your homework or whether you're doing whatever you do, so that you may be able to communicate. Because we understand the first way of communication we used to have was a phone. We didn't even have cell phone popular at that time, but for some reason we had phone. We landline phone. This is what we call the landline phone today. Not a cell phone, not a wireless phone. Okay, but at that time, what happened? At that time, they created a way for people to communicate, to students to communicate, because it started between students that were in school and alumni, people who graduated from school, to stay in contact. Okay, but once they created it, at a certain time it was among students, and then it becomes broader than it was supposed to be. It becomes wider, and we see a lot of people start using it. When it was in between students and in between kids and between teenagers, it was safer because you knew who you were able to interact with. And then when everybody start getting it, so you don't know who you're going to interact with. People are sending you friend requests, and people are sending you messages. You don't know who the message is coming from, and it's like you have access. Everybody has access to you, so that is the reason why, folks, it's really dangerous. And at the same time, if you know how to control it, it's a good thing for you to use if you want to pass on the right message with somebody that you know. We understand social media has become doing multi-purposes that has been delegated for social media. The first one we're going to see when you start getting into social media, you're going to see there is a place on Facebook, either Instagram, if you talk about other social media, because there's a lot of them, there are hundreds of them. Okay, so they actually provide place for you to have fun, right? Because when you open it, there's going to be games, and there's going to be place for you to shop, and also there's going to be another place. Even is the same way that people will do background check for your parents when your parents go get a job. Sometimes, if your parents has an account, they not just going to call who refer your parents to the job, but they just go in your parents' account to see what kind of person your parent is, and so that they can get more information about whether the application was accurate or not. So that's the reason why we understand there's multi-purposes for the social media. So you know what is a YouTube account, right? Well, you watch what on YouTube account? Cartoon and stuff, right? No, you don't watch no cartoon? All right, no problem. So what's going on is it has become a place where the world is trying to get your attention. One of the things I said is, when you do not have control over it, this is what's going to happen. You're going to spend your whole time using it. Why? Because if you have the games in there, if you have all these things in there, so you're gonna just stay with your head down all day, which is not a good thing. You understand? Because once you have something, you gotta be able to control it. How many of you want to control what you have? Or you want it to control you, or you want to control it?
Control it.
Control it. So if you want to control it, you use something when it's usable, when you want to use it for something, and after that you shut it down and go do your own thing. You understand? But if it controls you, it becomes a problem. Okay? If it controls you, it becomes a problem. If you text your friend, okay, this is what's going on. We have class today. Are you ready for that homework we're gonna do? And you can stay around this kind of conversation. But if you want to play game all day, not doing your homework, and it's not going to work for you, so which means it's going to turn to be very bad if you get into it. So, but I'm going to try to skip some of this that we have. And we also have social media. Not only we have places for you to buy things, e-commerce, that is part of the things I'm going to skip, but I'm just going to comment on it a little bit, because when it comes to things for you to buy, you would have to have a credit card, a debit card. So this is most likely appropriate to your parents
if they were to use e-commerce. E-commerce is when you buy something online and you're waiting for that thing to come. How many of you, your parents buy things online? Online? And Amazon? And the next day or the next 2 days they deliver it, right? At your house. So it's the same way when you use that particular thing online. Okay, so we see that it's a place for you to buy and sell. Once you guys growing up, instead of something controlling you, you know how to control it, so you know how to maneuver. You know how to maneuver it instead of it maneuver you. It's staying all day playing game, but instead you're going to use it for your own benefit. Okay, you're going to use it for your own benefit because the world revolves around something, but you're going to take it to be your own advantage instead of it taking advantage over you. Okay, so it's very important you guys have to know that e-commerce is a part of it, but at the same time it facilitates, such as the church here, the team right here, that we have now Facebook page and we have YouTube page. So it is a benefit to the church. Do you know why? Because the church knows how to control it. Okay? The church knows how to control it, but not it controls the church. The church knows how to take it and project the right message, the services to the world. Okay? So instead of if somebody you miss church this Sunday, you're gonna be able to see the service. So when you go to school, okay, when you go to school, you're gonna see your friends go wild and go crazy because some of them don't go to church. Okay, some of them they stay there and playing in the game all day. Some of them don't go to church. So these programs they don't have the right teaching. So this program control them instead of them controlling the program. Facebook, what it is? Facebook is a network, and the network is a software. Somebody sit down, take enough time, and put together the software where you can upload pictures, where you can write something and text something, and this is what it is. So it's just a software. So that has a bunch of data and massive storage where you put your videos and your photos and it's nothing more. So such thing that we shouldn't be controlled by these things, but we should control all of it. Okay? So next time somebody say, how about your Facebook account, your YouTube account, your whatever, when you start growing up, I know now you don't have it, but I was in an early teaching you guys. So when you are exposed to the world through social media, so you will know how to deal with it. Are you guys here with me as far? Okay? You guys hear me back there? Are you sure? Because I see you talking. All right. So I want you to follow, okay? So we got a social media. Let me skip this one. It's basically the same thing. I'm going to give you the first purpose of social media that was for people, or students, for family, for people in school. This is how everything comes out. Actually, we got tons of technology that comes out, even new technology that comes out. But the first place they come out in school. Okay, why? Because they believe that as an educated individual, it is more appropriate that we use this technology first, as we are considered to be a generation that will take over tomorrow. So that's the reason why I encourage you. Alongside of it, I encourage you all guys, be interested in your school, because as technology come in, you are going to use it for your benefit. Because one of the things that we saw is that we use social media for what? For business. Some of you may be marketers, right? You may be marketing to start making money on social media. But if you let the social media turn you to be a minion, playing game all day, so you're not going to be able to use social media, but the social media are going to use you. So you have to learn anything that comes around social media. You guys know how to take advantage of it and use it the right way, okay? Use it the right way, such as your church is using social media, YouTube and Facebook, but they use it the right way. They use it to project the church services for other people who didn't have the chance to come. Now, actually, you guys start getting a good amount of views. If you go on your YouTube account, you go on the church YouTube account, you're going to see a lot of views, okay? So people are actually watching the service that is in church social media, okay? So the evolution of social media. But I can even skip that one too. But one of the things that we have in the evolution of social media is that we see that at a certain time we have 3.5 million people. So a lot of people. How many people? 3.5 million, right? 3.5 million started to use it, and that was an estimate of 75% of worldwide population that started to use the social media. So which means that not million. That was my mistake. That's 3.5 billion people. Okay, 3.5 billion people at that time. I believe it was around 2008. 3.5 billion people started to use it. So it's a big record. Do you know how many people in the world? Approximately 7.8 billion, right? So, which means that at that time we didn't have that many people, but it was around 6 billion. I think it was about 6.5 something. But I'm not trying to go further than that. But at that time when they made the evaluation, they say 75%, 75% of worldwide individuals using social media. So, which means that everybody's trying to be connected together. So it is without doubt you're going to be exposed to social media when you start growing up. Okay, so you have to know how to use it in the right way that it's supposed to be used. Let me just read this one here. It says the first one says social media has evolved. This is a platform for virtual community to a vital business tool. Explore the way marketers use social media to reach customers. Okay, so this is basically a script that actually tells you that how social media has become a platform where people are making money. So when you grow up, let me start with you. Do you know what you want to be when you grow up? What is it?
Sit up. Give him the mic. Get up.
Oh, you don't get another mic.
I guess when I grow up, kind of like work into business finance.
Business finance. And give me 1 second. Business finance. Is that a good one, right? You know what does that mean? Okay. You want to work into money. So why do you want to do it?
I don't know, kind of like I've thought of it in the past, and I really have anything else in mind. So I just picked that until in the future I may have something else.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so business finance. So which means that he wants to get into business. And it's one of the things that we know that business now works, that for business expands, you got to have a website. You're going to have e-commerce. E-commerce is when you register with the government. And so you get paid online. And the reason you register with the government is so that you may pay your taxes, right? Because I got a website, and the website I opened e-commerce because I wrote a book, all in one. And people start buying my book in Amazon and eBay, but actually I do it in my own account on my own website. So when people buy books from my website, it goes directly to my account. But the government take their tax because I actually registered with them. So this is a good one. These are good. Everybody just give them a hand clap right now. All right. So
Solomon.
I'll take 5 more people. I'll take it. Okay, I'll take it.
Stand up.
I want you to stand up. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be an author.
You want to be an
Because
author?
I have a big imagination and I want to express it through books.
That's awesome. You want to be an author. You want to be an author and you want to be? Because you have big imagination?
Yeah.
Okay, so what other imagination you have?
Well, one of my ideas for a book is called The Power Gem.
The power channel. That's great. Somebody give him a hand clap right now. That's great. There's one other thing I want to say about this one. You're going to have to expose that book on social media, okay? So when you grow up, social media is when you expose your book. If I put it here in the church, just the church members and the church congregation are going to be able to see it. But if I put it online, so that we got millions of people will be able to see it, so you will be able to have great development. But in order for this to happen, you first of all know how to use the network. You have to use it for your benefit so that it may not use you. Use a network using you is when you don't know what you want. It's like whatever they post, you follow it, but instead of you having your own agenda to use it. So yeah, that's great, everybody. So I want a third person.
A third person?
Okay, that's good. You want it? Okay, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh.
Pilot! Somebody put your hands together. Give them a pilot. So what's going on? You wanna fly? That's good because I just come from a vacation, you guys, from Florida, from California and from Florida. I've seen a female pilot. I believe you can be a great pilot. Okay? So if you want to be it, just keep on going, dream about it, and we're definitely gonna be it. Now you can clap. All right. Okay, so you're gonna tell me what you want to be when you grow up, and you're gonna tell me, and you're going to tell me why do you want to be what you want to be. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Get
I
up.
want to be a pediatrician so I can help kids and so I can be nice.
Okay. So put your hands together. Give her. So for this one, let me just stop right there and to go back to you because a pilot, you're going to have to expose it and social media through the agency. The agency is what helping you trouble. Well, pediatrician, right? A pediatrician, and you want to work in the healthcare, right? And the healthcare, if you're working for a clinic or if you're working for a hospital, the hospital is going to be online, so you're going to be able to expose what you're doing online. Or if you're the one who's going to have your own practice, having your own practice, it just simply means you open your own clinic, okay? Or you can be working for a hospital. So, which means it's a good strategy. Somebody put your hands together for her again.
So get up.
There you go. You can stand. Who you want to be when you grow up?
A fashion designer.
Fashion designer. Okay, why do you want to be a fashion designer?
I like art.
Like art,
I
yeah.
like drawing.
Okay, well, have you been among other friends that have the same passion?
No.
Okay, so you just want to be a fashion designer. You know what I like about this one is that we have in New York, I know that there is a fashion designer that works in a company that actually design clothes for people to wear, and that actually design clothes in many colors and do beautiful things when it comes to clothes and when it comes to what people wear. And I believe it's a good initiative because we need more. You know, in our communities, we don't have too many fashion designers, right? But that's the reason why we need to. If you become a fashion designer, we pray God. Definitely, we believe that what you want is what's going to happen. And becoming a fashion designer, you're going to have to open your own website and put yourself out there. And you use the website, you use it for your benefit, okay? Not use it for your own benefit and open your own business, being a fashion designer, design things right way for people to wear. Yeah, can you put your hands together? Give her a hand clap. Yeah, like okay. Okay, two more people, okay?
Two more people. Ham? You next? All right, get 3 more.
Okay, we got 3 more.
3 more. 1, 2. Okay, keep it. 1. Go ahead. Go. 1, 2, 3.
I want to be a
Okay, 4 more
surgeon.
people. So.
Okay, so Who's next?
Okay, next. Okay, just say what
Okay,
you wanna
next.
be. Next.
Who do you want to be?
I want to be a surgeon.
A surgeon.
We want everybody to talk. Okay, go ahead.
Surgeon.
Who do you want to be? Everybody, come on. Next. Yes, who do you want to be? Hold on. Come on, let's make it fun.
Pediatrician.
Yes.
So
Pass it
we
on,
got
pass it
two
on.
Pediatrician.
Pass it on.
We got one sergeant.
Yes, everybody, come on.
I want to be a lawyer.
Nice.
Gonna be a lawyer.
Pass
That's
it on.
good.
She already
Can
said
we have pediatrician, we have sergeant, we got a lawyer. Can we put your hands together for her? For Dan, so we did want to be. Okay. Who you want to be?
I want to be a writer.
You want to be a writer? We got two writers here.
Writer.
Hey, put your hands together for him. Put your hands together for him. Construction workers. Put your
Yes.
hands together. Put your hands
Next.
together. That's good one. That's good one too.
I want to be a firefighter.
Firefighter. That's good one too. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Yeah, that's good.
You, who do you want to be?
I want to be a pilot.
Yes.
You want to be pilot? We got two pilots in the house.
Grace, go around. Grace, what do you want to be?
Who you want to be?
A ballerina.
Yes.
Oh, put your hands together.
Next.
Put your hands
Go along,
together.
go along.
That's a good one. That's a good one too. Who you want to be?
I want to be a nurse.
Yes.
Yo,
Go
put your hands
along,
together.
go along.
Put your hands together. This is a good one. Good one.
I want to be a teacher.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Awesome. I don't hear you guys. Put your hands together.
Put your hands together.
That's good.
Make it short, come on.
Who you?
I want to be a fashion model. I want to make a fashion model.
A fashion brand. Oh, that's good. That's good. Put your hands together.
She's sleeping.
Put your hands
Pass on.
Oh. Who you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a firefighter.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Top female firefighter in the house.
I want to be an artist.
Yes. Put your hands together.
Put your hands together.
That's good. Okay.
Come on.
Who you want to be when you
There you
grow
go.
up?
A doctor.
Yes.
Oh, put your hands together. We have a sergeant here, we have a doctor. So, who you want to be when you grow up?
Speak up.
I want to be a farmer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, put your hands together. Put your hands together. That's good. We did farming in the house.
Say something.
Who you want to be when you grow up?
A firefighter.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Here,
So
you got
I want
two.
you
You
to
got
give
two.
a round of applause for all of you.
You got two. No.
For all of you.
You got two over there.
I don't hear nobody. Oh, we got two more.
Two more.
We got two more. We got two more. Who you want to be when you grow up?
Yes.
Soccer player. That's good. He wants to be a professional soccer player. That's good.
No, her.
Who you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a policeman.
Yes.
Oh, put your hands
Okay,
together.
that's it.
And
That's
now
it.
we want a big round of applause for you guys.
Yes.
Okay. You know how this you know how this is amazing? It's amazing to see that we have a bunch of young people with dreams that want to be something tomorrow. You know what does that mean? It means that you're going to rule the world tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay? It means that you're going to rule the world. Life is hard, you guys. Life is hard when you don't have anything. But once you have something, from firefighter, doctors, artists, authors, writers, sergeant, we have pilot and firefighter, police officers, everyone who wants to be something, so it's something great. But all those things that you're going to learn, that you're going to be, it means that for some reason there's going to be some exposure. For some reason you're going to use social network, or whether the organization you are in, they're going to have their own social network that you, as you doing a great job, as you doing a wonderful job, you probably can be the employee of the month or employee of the year, that your picture is going everywhere. So you guys have to know how to bring about to be a right person, that set up a right example on social network. So I'm not going to stay for a long time, but we have to understand also in social network we have the way that the government check information about you, okay? So that's the reason why we understand in the book of Psalm in the Bible, the first chapter, it says for you to stay away from people that are giving bad example, okay? From people who are doing bad things, from your friends in school that are not faithful to God, they do whatever they want, but you have to follow the right example. So which means not just when you're with them or virtually. Why? Because online we are exposed to everybody. Okay, we're exposed to everybody. The person who's a bad person, we're exposed to them too. So which means that we have to know how to stay away from bad companies in person and virtually. Something online you call it virtual, okay? So stay away from bad company and virtual. So we understand the federal government investigate too. We understand it's not just Facebook, it's not just YouTube, it's not just Instagram, it's not just Twitter, okay? But it is that it is not something you use, but it's also something that the federal government use to investigate information about people. So which means that if you're not a good boy, if you're not a good girl, the federal government is going to go straight to your account and to see what you've been posting and to see what was your comment, right? And to see all these things you've done. So that's the reason why we have to be a model. We have to be a model. We have to be an example in everything we do. Okay? So let me just go real quick. For this one, also not only the federal government check information, but your job. When you're about to get a job, the job is going to take your information online too. The job's going to take your information online. It doesn't matter, you file an application, but the job's going to be like, oh, let me go online to find if what he did, what he wrote in the application is accurate. So, you guys, real quick, we're going to let you go in 5 minutes. And this is the way your friends investigate about you. Sometimes your friend investigate and say, let me go check in his social network to find out what's going on, find out if it's a right person, if it's a good person, as it's talking about. Because, hey, we see people are posting pictures like that are not appropriate. Like, I've seen that there's a guy that just got arrested because he posted a picture with a fake gun, right? He posted a picture with a fake gun. And because he posted that picture and the police came over to his house, they thought it was a real gun, okay? So they arrested him under the supervision of his parents because he was a teenager and that he has to go to the police to prove that it was not a real gun. So because most of the times things are not real, you guys don't have to do it. You gotta stay away from it, okay? You guys understand? Okay, we gotta stay away from it. It's not if it's fake, if it's not fake, you gotta stay away. If you want to post a picture when you grow up, post a picture with your friends, like gentlemen, you are young ladies, between friends, but don't post any crazy pictures, and that will make you to be a suspect. Okay? Almost there. Let me just give you this last one. I skip the lectures. But there's one other thing we have to know. Okay, how many of you see that that's on the screen? What's the first one? Okay, let me say overuse of social media diminishes the faith base of a Christian. What it says? Overuse of social media diminishes the faith base of a Christian. So if you are a Christian, you come to church every Sunday. I believe that you all know that when you serve God, you are an agent of God. So which means I do what God wants me to do. I don't leave like my other friends that are not believers, right? But I basically, right now, because I know that I am fearful of God, I stay away from bad things. I want to do the right thing. I can use whatever, not social media, not just social media, but whatever that you guys use, make sure you don't overuse, because then overuse is abusing it. abusing it in the wrong way, it use you instead of use it. So what's going on is when you overuse it, you don't do your homework because you stay the whole day in your phone, in the tablet, in the computer, and and in your cell phone. Your dad and mom just give you a cell phone, and you just don't even have time to sleep because you use it too much, playing too much game. So it means that it takes over your mind. It takes over your mind. You become addicted to it. Okay, it's one of the things that we can't become addicted to, something that we use it all the time. So overuse on social media diminishes the faith base of a Christian. All right. The second one says, the browsing of unknown places may end up in forbidden pages, surprises, photos, or videos. Many times that's the reason why, folks, we have to be very careful. And what do? You have a cell phone, or you're playing that game, because we understand there's what we call the pop-ups, right? The pop-ups, you may be in a game, and all of a sudden the page popped out. You understand that it's violent. It's so many other things that is not necessary for you to see. So these things we gotta stay away. So that's the reason why there's a major complaint that happens, right? Major complaint happens to the point that they're trying to open a page that has children features. So which means that only have cartoon and all these things, but you gotta make sure you stay in your range and don't use anything that is not for you. What does the third one say? There you go, bad company. Bad company may easily have access to you. Too much access is hanging around temptation. This is what I tell you in the book of Psalm, chapter 1. It says, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, who does not stand in the way of sinners. And it says, who do not sit in the same seat in the mockers, but who put his trust in the work of God. How many of you want to put your trust in God? Okay, you know what does that mean? I put my trust in God, so which means that I'm not going to put my trust in something else. I believe that God wants you guys, when you use whatever you use, okay? Hi, everybody. Hello, are we still here? Oh, are we still here? Okay. So once you use something, you gotta use it the right way. So you gotta use it for God, and you gotta use it the way it's supposed to be. So that's the reason why we see the last one said that it is bad company may easily have access to you. Too much access is hanging around, it's just like hanging around temptation. So which means the last point that I'm telling you guys is make sure that that is only people, okay? Make sure it's the only people that has good intention that have access to you, okay? When I say good intention that have access to you, make sure that if somebody writes you a message online on Facebook, if you don't know who is that, you go to your mom and you go to your dad and say, I don't understand who's that, I don't understand who wrote me, and so that your parents can make sure that they take care of the situation for you. Was that good enough?
Yes.
Okay, so it is good, you guys. I see everybody here say that they want to be something when they grow up. So which means that you're going to have a career. Even when you're exposed to the world, you will control the world, but not the world controlling you. So that was it for today. So I thank you guys and have a blessed day.
Thank you. create my whatever I want to put.
Everybody.
I can create it, yeah, and then just split. And if I had different angles, that would be here. And I can just switch from different angles. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Psalm 121, everybody, see.
I never heard of it. I look at it.
Alright, very good. Next one. Verse 3, verse 7. Let's go. My house being put it on. Still children. And today we learn Psalm 119.
What is it again?
5 and 6.
I'll look at it. Okay.
Alright, and then tomorrow we're going to come back 9:30.
Okay.
You
Thanks for
don't
coming.
forget, bring your baby suit because we're going to meet here and then we go to the park tomorrow. Okay? We will review everybody in your classes. You will review and we'll have the presentation for Sunday. Your presentation for your class is going to be for 5 to 10 to 7 minutes. No more than that. So
What presentation?
your class. In your class, you're going to have the presentation you make for Sunday. It can be PowerPoint, you can have board, use whatever you want. You might do it as a group or you might do it maybe a few of you represent your class. But each class has to have a presentation for Sunday. Remember, we're going to end Sunday 5 to 7.